Hey everybody. Take two. Um, anyway, I just got done partaking in some extracurricular activities, and I feel awesome. It's like 1:30 in the morning, and all of a sudden became inspired. So here I am. I haven't done a late night Fox talk in a long time, and a lot of my videos have just been short little things, and I haven't really done anything serious in a while. Well, there's been a lot going on. Life's been crazy, nuts, crazy nuts in a good way. In a good way. I don't know how well, I do. I shouldn't say that. A bad situation can turn into something very, very, very great. Um, a lot of it has to do with the fact of how you handle it. I've made that clear in a lot of my videos on how you handle things and what you do. And, I've come a long way since I started making these videos. It's insane where I've come from, where I've started to where I'm at now, and my spiritual journey of this, and my whole just mental well-being, and my whole physical well-being, and my whole life structure around me. Finding out who I am and what I am, and no, not finding out, rediscovering, being reminded. A lot of things I let go of because I thought it was for the best, for the relationship I was in and the things I was doing in life. And really, it wasn't healthy for myself. It wasn't healthy for others. It wasn't healthy, And plus, I was not in a good relationship anyway, in hindsight. When you're young and dumb and think you're in love, and you start having babies, and then now all of a sudden you get older, and then you're still, just things happen. Things change, and people change, and situations happen, and life is what it is. And you can't change what other people do or say or think, or how they feel, or how their emotions may change or differ from yours. And you can't help sometimes how you change and differ, and what direction you go to sometimes. Because I shouldn't say it's not how you can't help it. It's just, what I mean by that is, you can't help that you change, that there's things that come into your life that change who you are, how you see things, the way you perceive things, the way you react to things. These are all influences upon us that sway our own free will of what we decide to do. Ultimately, they are our choice. A lot of times we make these choices just because we feel that that's the best scenario we feel for that outcome of what we have, what information we have. Some of us don't even think that far, even that deep into things, and they just jump headfirst into it. And that's what a lot of our problems are in this world, is that we just jump into shit and don't think about it before we do it, or say it, or whatever it may be. There's not a lot of thought goes into anything anymore. Not all our fault. There's a lot of programming and bullshit around us, but those of us, anybody who listens to this already knows all that, so I'm not going to get into all that. That's as one person says to I listen to. I'm not here to promote anybody, but one good person that I listen to is Quantum of Conscious. He puts out some really good thought-provoking stuff, and he calls that kind of stuff first grade level awareness and awakening process of things. And then that's what all that stuff is. And most of us are past all that. I know I am. That's the reason why I've kind of laid back off the YouTube a little bit, and I'm really kind of picky on who I listen to and where I go. And I listen to a lot of other people, a lot of the same of my old foundational people, I should say. Those I haven't, and those of you who may not see me, I'm still there listening and watching. I just don't have time a lot of times nowadays to do the same things that I was doing before. Before, I had a little bit more time on my hands due to my own lack of doing, and or just the fact of where I was at, and I had more time. Now I am a full-time, I was kind of a full-time, but I was a stay-at-home dad. When the YouTube thing started, I had a lot more time on my hands. Now I don't, because situations are different. My life schedule is different, and So I don't have as much free time as I used to. So I have to really make use of all the time that I do have. So, priorities. Making videos has not been, it's on my list, but it doesn't make it for the days. It just doesn't, because of everything else I have going on. I am a proud business owner that is doing very well. Fix It Fox LLC. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing all right. Let's put it that way. Even with the COVID stuff, and we're staying alive. According to my taxes, we made money. So, and I'm no longer in my mom and dad's house, which used to be my house. I'm no longer in the 8x10 room that I used to live in. Jackie Evans 333, if you all know her, and if you don't, check her out. She's very uplifting. Anyway, we have our own house now. It's an 1881 Victorian, and it's a great place. It's big enough for all her kids and all my kids, and it works out really nice. Life has really blessed me in that aspect of things. I've really been blessed for her to come into my life and to find somebody that gets me and really understands me and brings out the good in me. Like another person I like to listen to is Jeffrey Doherty. He talked about it not too long ago, a couple of days ago, on one of the auditor thing about a good woman in your life, and I have that now. It's not to say that my baby's mom is not a good woman, but she wasn't for me. She wasn't for me, and I tried to. I don't know. We tried to make it more than it was, and we should have gave up on it a long time ago. But things happen for a reason. I have my 3 little beautiful angels now in my life, so I wouldn't trade it for anything. Live and learn. That's the way I look at it. Live, learn, forgive, and move on. We have to let those things go. No matter how bad we've been hurt by somebody, we really have to find it in our hearts to forgive. Because if we don't, that shit will eat you the fuck up. Let me tell you. Till I found a way to forgive and just, and I still have a tinge of it. Don't get me wrong. There's still some pain there. It's not like it goes away overnight, but, I have forgiveness in my heart for her. And those animosities and things that I have, and those things that want to pop up and want to fuck with a person's life will go away. And they have. Like I said, there's just certain things sometimes that may just set me off, and I realize, when you're conscious of those things and you realize that it's, of the past. It's not of what it is. And so, life is what it is. So you have to take it, and you have to, you do your part, you do you, and hey, you can't control everything around you. You can only control you, and the sooner people realize that, the easier life gets. You can't do nothing about nobody else. I can't change what anybody else does. I can't change anything, any decision another man, woman makes in this world. Man, woman, or child, I can't change that. No matter what I do. No matter what I say, it's still their choice. It's still their doing. I can't make them do that. So, with that kind of stuff in mind, when you know that and you hold on to that, you know that a lot of things aren't your fault all the time. It's easier to figure out what to let go of and what to hold on to. And if you're being honest with yourself and you're being honest with those around you, then you'll know, what's you and what's not. And own you, If you did it, say it. Own it. Fuck it, Shit. And if you're ashamed to do it, then you shouldn't have done it. And you still stand up and say, yep, okay, I fucked up. Yep, I shouldn't have done that shit. And if you ain't sorry for it, then don't be sorry for it. But still own the shit. Don't try to be a fucking coward about things. Own your shit. That's the big thing in life. Own your shit. If you can't own your shit, there ain't no sense having your shit. Don't do your shit. If you don't know why you're doing it, you don't know what the purpose of why you're doing it, then you shouldn't be doing it. That's one big lesson I'm teaching with my little ones. I ask them, why did you do that? They say, I don't know. So I got tired of hearing I don't know all the time. So, I ask them again, say I don't know. And I start giving them options. Well, was it because of this? Was it because of that? Was it because of this? Because they know why they did it. And the reason I stop and make them own up to what they're doing is because, so they own up to what they're doing. Yeah, I did that. Because of why? I don't know. Okay, because I thought it was a good idea. Or because whatever the reason is, there's a reason why you did whatever it is you did. Own it. Own it. That's all you can do in this world. And if you don't agree with, if you don't think it's a good idea, you think you're going to get in trouble, you think somebody's going to ridicule you for it, or if you think you're going to get beat up over it, then don't do it. And, even if you are going to get ridiculed of it, where's your purpose? What's the means of it? If you have a good place to stand and a good reason for what you're doing, then do it. Even if you are going to get ridiculed or beat up or whatever, it's the reasoning behind what you do. Your intention, your intent. You know in your heart what you're doing. You can fool everybody in this world. We can fool anybody you want. It's easy to fool somebody. It is. It's easier to fool somebody than to make them believe you. To believe truth. You can fool somebody way easier than you can to get them to believe the truth. And I don't know what the hell reason that is in this world, but for some reason it's that way. But once you show the truth, eventually it comes through. It eventually clicks for people. That's, that planting that seed thing. For every bad seed, you got to plant a good seed. You got to you got to make room. Otherwise, the bad seeds are going to make themselves, they're going to blow right back in. You don't take the space up with some good stuff. Don't take that bad, you get rid of the bad seeds, the bad things, those bad things we do, those bad habits, those things we were taught, the brainwashing we've been through. When you start breaking those things, you got to replace it with something. You can't just leave it in an empty space. You can't leave it in an empty void. Look out in the yard somewhere. Look where the dirt's at. Till the dirt up. Find a bare spot. Eventually, that spot's going to get taken over by something. If you don't put something in that soil, something's going to grow there. It doesn't matter what it is. Something's going to grow there eventually, unless you kill the soil, and then it's not going to grow anything. But the point is that most bare spots of dirt eventually will grow something, whether it be a weed, grass, flowers, whatever lands there is going to grow there. So that's the same with us. When we start weeding out these bad shit that's in our heads and in us, these things that we've learned, these bad programmings, these little bad seeds, I call them, they've been planted in us, these little seeds. Size of a mustard seed, right? Remember that J guy used to say that? I ain't saying his name either because words are very important. But anyway, the planting of seeds, size of a mustard seed is all you need. He was not bullshitting. That's a truth drop. Boom, bomb. Not even a drop, it's a truth bomb because that's what it is. You have to deal with those bad seeds that have been planted in us. But once you deal with them, once you find them, you have to replace them with other things. And that's what makes it easier to deal with those bad ones. If you have something you can, once you've identified it, then you have to figure out what you're going to replace it with. And how you're going to deal with it. And what you use to replace it with is usually a really good way to get past whatever it is that you may be doing or have done. Or doing as a bad habit. Or something that's not very good to you and your well-being and who you are. These are things I've been through. These are things that I've done. I only speak of what my experiences in this life are. I'm going to be 42 in April. It's not very old. Looking forward to another 52 plus years of life. And the reason I say that 52 plus years is because that's my goal. That's my plan. That's my future goal now in life. And I already know that the path I'm on, I'm going to get 52 plus years. Because I've changed the things I've done. I've changed the things I've been doing. And I'm working my ass off every day to change all the bad things, all them bad seeds, and find them and root them out. And find good things to replace them with. Good habits, good ways, just good everything that I can. And your definition of good is different than mine. I'm just saying, when I say good, I'm referring to things that better me and make me a better man in this world. Because there's not a very many of us left in this world. And if there is, we all need to be standing up more. And saying, no, we're not putting up with this shit. There's not enough men in this world standing up and saying, no. We're not letting you teach our children this. We're not letting you take advantage of our women and our children like this. We're not letting you do this to our societies. And it only takes a little bit of action in the right directions. But anyway, those are thoughts for another day, because that's not why I'm really here. I'm just here more of as an update on what's really going on. I didn't even mean to get off on no tangent or bandwagon today. I was just really wanting to give everybody a heads up on where I'm at and where life is and how great it is. And, oh, look at me. I look like healthy. I'm like doing really good in life. I don't have a skinny face. My beard's doing really good. I got shirts made up for my business, looking professional. We got all kinds of good things going on in this world. Redoing this house. I'm starting to make videos on this. We're calling this the Project Victorian, Fox style. Right now we have I have started building a bathroom and a half. I've converted this porch that used to be it was a finished off front porch. You would have never known it was a porch, but it used to be a porch. And then they made a mud room out of it, and then this pantry room. But there was like really a waste of space. So this project started out as I was just going to replace my tub and remodel the bathroom where it was at, existing. And well, that didn't quite work out. So, well, it did work out, but then other ideas came along and other people's ideas. And so I decided I was going to move the tub out into this porch area or mud room to give some more room in the bathroom because it was kind of cramped. And so anyway, I was going to recess this tub shower, the new one, 2 feet into the other room. And then that would have gave a better area in the bathroom. So anyway, in the process of doing that, I discovered this mudroom really wasn't an addition-like room like I had thought it was, because it looked like it was a newer construction. And it really wasn't newer construction, it was a remodeled construction. So what they did was the porch didn't have an actual foundation under it, so they, from finding out court or county records and different things, that it didn't actually have a foundation under it. So anyway, they held up the front porch and then put a foundation under it. But they left the guts and bones of the front porch underneath all the cosmetics after that. So anyway, they discovered that after the fact. And the floor had 3/4 of an inch of a slope from one end to the other. So anyway, it didn't work out very well for what I wanted to do. So anyway, I gutted all that. I've put new floor joists in and put new flooring down. We got a new sub shower. I've created a bath and a half now. And it's big enough, handicap accessible, so you can get in and move around and do everything you need to in the one bathroom. And then the other bathroom's a half bath off of a bedroom. And then the old bathroom, once I get this bathroom done, once it goes down, then it's going to get converted into a pantry off the kitchen, like it should have been in the first place. And not, you had to go all the way out and around to the pantry before. It was really a pain in the butt, and through one of the bedrooms to get to it. And it just didn't work out very well. So anyway, that's the first big project. And then once we get that done, then we're going to move upstairs to the other bathroom, because the shower there is no good. It leaks into the downstairs when you use it. And then upon further inspection, whoever the contractor was that worked here at one time was not a plumber. And, well, when you're not a plumber, you don't know how to plumb. And so you end up getting the jacked up stuff. But anyway, we're making videos on that. So I'm working on that kind of stuff. I just haven't had no chance to give no updates. But I just want everybody to know that my spiritual journey has went to new heights in this world. The things that I used to think were important and things I used to think were really of something or really nothing. We all have to realize that it's us and ourselves and becoming who we are meant to be. Divine, sovereign, and free. It's one of the greatest things that rings in my mind, and that's what we are. We're not to be bowing down to nobody. No man, no God, no nothing. Our mother and father do not want us bowing down to them. They want us walking next to them, holding our head up high and proud of who we are, who we were created to be. Imagination. If we can imagine it, it's our life. It's what you make of it. It really is. If you want it to be miserable and down and depressing, keep holding on to that negative and creating it. Keep creating it. You create it, you'll bring more to you. Stop creating it. Stop. Let go of that shit. Let it flow. Let those energies. See, it's all energy. It's all about energy. See, this world puts these stupid words on things, and then we divert our energies into these things in the wrong way. Then we don't deal with this stuff the right way, and then, well, we're confused. And it's all pent up inside of us. And then it feeds those things that are inside of us that are our weaknesses, whether it be fear, anxiety, any number of things. What's your vice? What's your thing that, you're most scared of? What's the one thing that you're, doesn't even have to be scared of. It could just be fear in itself. These energies get diverted into that stuff, and then it keeps you locked into a place where you can't, like you got cement around your feet where you can't move and go. But you can, because it's all by your own doing. And you can say, no, I'm not, this is not how the story's going to end. This is not how it's going to be. And you just stand up and you break free of those bonds, and there are none. Because you put them there, and you can break them at any time. Anytime you can break those bonds. Some of them you can't see yet. But once you do see them, know that there's nothing in this world that can bind you or hold you. Nothing in this world. Unless you let it. If you want it to, it will. I'm not saying there ain't bad shit in this world that doesn't happen. I'm not saying there ain't bad shit that'll come to your door. I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. Because you can't control others' free will, see? You say, well, why does God do this? Why does God? It ain't about God. It's about others' own free will. Their choices they want to make and do. We can't control all those. All we can do is be an example to others in the hopes that that's the only thing that ever comes to us, because we can't control those other things if they do. But what I do know is if you manifest it, if you fret on it, if you worry on it, if you sit there and stew on it, eventually you're going to put yourself in a situation where that's going to happen. But it'll be by your own hands. You did it yourself. You'll make moves and do decisions in your life that will put you there. You won't realize that you're doing it because it's your autonomous systems in your body. We think that just our breathing and our heartbeat and all that kind of stuff, we have that kind of stuff in us that's all there is as far as the autonomous systems go. But there's autonomous systems on our judgment and our thinking things and the decisions and the different movements we make too. And if you think that's only on one level, then you're playing 1D chess. You're down here on the level of thinking. And so that's fine. I'm not here to judge nobody, but what I do know is that there's autonomous systems in your subconscious of your mind, and that's where the MK Ultra and all that kind of stuff works. It's how it works, and it uses those subconscious things that you end up doing. You don't even know you're doing it. It's like the car that you don't know that you go and buy, you don't think anybody has until you buy it, and then you go see it, it's everywhere. It's the same principle. It's the same way with us. But I'm just a guy in the middle of a cornfield nowhere, but hey, you know what? They fucked up and taught me critical thinking skills. And thanks to that and never giving up on this world, never giving up on myself, and never giving up on learning new, and never becoming cemented in an idea just because somebody says so, and continuously questioning even those that say so, no matter what they say. eventually you start putting these pieces together. It's real simple and easy. You come up with some simple and easy conclusions that are right in our face and we don't even see it. One important thing I really have to say to everybody out there who holds on to their Bible, that book has some good in it, but stop. Stop holding on to something that has you so deceived. Okay? I'm not saying give up on the information, the things that you found in that book that bring you great power and peace, because there's things in that book that I have, that I've taken from it, that give me those things. But don't sit here and say that it, and be a part of the truth community. Don't sit here and say to others that I'm awake, I'm aware of what's going on, but you don't want to question that book. That bothers me a lot. That's one of the other reasons why I'm making this video, because you will question every single thing that is out there, but you won't question that book. You won't question the source. You won't question the actual wording that you think it says. You won't stop and look at that book in a biased way, ever. You won't take in any other information that will give you any other insight into that book. None. And see, that's not being awake. That's not being aware of what is going on in this world. You're being just deceived, as deeply deceived as the rest of the sheeple, the ones that don't even have a clue. You're just stuck at another level of things. And look, we're all in our path of things. And if you're not there, that's fine. And if you don't think you'll ever be there, that is fine. If you don't think you'll ever give up on that book or Jesus Christ, that's fine. That is fine. And I rebuke those words. Those are words of binding to this world. I'm sorry that they are. That's why we keep coming back. But anyway, all I'm saying is just open your hearts and ask somebody. Whoever you believe your creator is, ask him. Is this truth? And keep your eyes and ears open, because you'll find it and you'll see it when you're ready. Don't give up on keeping your minds open to new. We know there's more to this than that book. You know there is. You've questioned it your whole life. And why won't you question it now when you're questioning everything? And you've broke free of all the 90% of the paradigms that have been and traps that have been set for us. But you're stuck in this one trap. I was too, for the longest time. But when you start looking at it in a non-biased, non-judgmental, non-programmed way, you will start to see the holes in it. It's all about you. You, and taking responsibility in you and who you are. Taking hold of your free will and making the choices and being an example for this world. And by your light, and by the next light, and by my light, and by everybody else's light, then next thing you know, we have the change we want to see. And it's easy. There's nothing to have to be done after that. It just changes. It will. It's the power of us and what we can do. And it's not some magic fairy tale, some weird fucking thing that people want to put a name or word on. Give up on the words. I'm telling you what, the words are spells. And until you realize that the things you say is very important, and how you say them, and what intent and energy you put behind them, until you realize that, you're going to keep doing and saying the wrong things. I'm still doing it too. I catch myself all the time. Matter of fact, I was damning myself day in and day out and didn't even realize it. I'll be damned. I was saying it all the time when there was something that I found was cool. I didn't even think about what I was saying. But you know what? I was damning myself. You know what I say now? Like the good old Gomer Pyle. I'll be. He was from Indiana, you know. Anyway. I'm like on here for 30 minutes. I want you all to know I am doing great, awesome, and so wonderful in life. It's amazing how life can change. But it starts with you and what you do. If you don't want to make the change, and if you don't do, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with what you say and the things you do. And say, that's what I'm going to do. That's who I am. That's what I am. I'm going to be honest. And you have to be honest with yourself on everything. Because if you're not honest with yourself, you are not doing anybody no favors, because you can't be honest with anybody else. Start there. The rest of it gets easy. And let those angels around you that have been blessed to be in your life do help you. Those good people, not the toxic ones. Find those toxic ones and chop them the fuck out of your life. But hold on dearly to those angels that have been sent to you, because they've been sent to help. And they will. They'll lift you higher than you ever thought you could be lifted. And you lift them back. You help them, just as they help you. And boy, your life will change in minutes. I ain't promising you roses every day. But guess what? There's a lot more of them than there are rainy days. Peace, love, and bubblegum, y'all. I'm doing great. You'll see me more. I've been blabbing for 31 minutes and 33 seconds now, so we're just going to go. So I can upload this, get this out there. I haven't uploaded a video forever, so I want to make sure y'all get this. I hope everybody's doing great. I miss everyone. I see a lot of you still doing things and still doing videos, and I see your names popping up here and there, so it's great. Keep doing your thing. Keep shining bright. Keep that mind open to new things. Don't hang on to things so tight. Evolve or die. Evolve your thinking. If we don't, you're just going to be regurgitated again. Or whatever happens. I don't really know what happens. All I know is you don't figure this shit out. You don't figure out how great you are and how divine and sovereign you and free you are. You will be chained to this place again. I'm sorry. It's what's going to happen. How that works, I ain't got all the details. But what I do know is the fact that that's kind of how it works. You got to break free. Break free of all the chains. Even the ones you think are good. Because I'm sure there's some not so good behind it somewhere. Make sure you're only holding on to the pure, the diamonds, not the dumb. Don't let the control matrix control you. You control it. Anyway, I love you all. I want the best for everyone. That's all I mean in everything. I mean no disrespect to no one and what your belief is, but please just keep an open mind. Find a way to evolve your thinking. Anyway, last time, peace, love, and bubblegum. I got no bubblegum, but I got plenty of peace and love. Till next time, love you all. Bye-bye.